Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Campus Drive, right here on True TV, where we seek to inform, educate, and most of all, entertain you. Today, we have with us AJ with One-on-One and DJ Phantom to give us some juice. Let's music. Let's go join AJ on One-on-One.
Today on the show, I've been joined by Micheal Oppong. Now, Micheal is an admissions officer for the Heritage Christian University. He's a writer and an author as well. So if you don't want to miss this conversation, you know what to do. Keep watching. We are going for a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
You know my life.
If you just joined us, this is still the Campus Drive show. We are live on True TV. My name is AJ Kwanzaa. Like I promised you, Micheal has joined me in the studios. So Micheal, it's good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here too.
No, just by the way, last time I met Micheal in one of the offices and he said, AJ, I've been singing everywhere, so I'm a bit fine. I thought that was very funny. But it's good to have you in my red seat today. So me personally, when I hear about a writer, I feel like your environment plays a very important role. And so let's start by telling me where you grew up.
Okay, so yeah, first of all, I'm glad to be on the show. Yeah, and where I grew up, I had my early days from Dansoman. Yeah, that's where I stayed all my life. I also had a bit of experience from Malam, Gbawe, but it was for a short while. But so I can say confidently that I grew up in Dansoman.
All right, so your writing career, how did it start?
Okay, so since I was a child, I've always loved books. Books were an art of love. So I would always want to read books. If I see a book and the cover is so catchy,
yeah,
I'll grab it and start reading. So I loved reading from that time. But when I went to SHS, things changed for me. I started writing short stories just for reading's sake and for sharing with friends. And so I joined the Writers, Debaters and Drama Club.
Yeah.
And that is where I developed my passion. So I started writing a lot of poems and sharing with friends and using initials for friends, using initials for my colleagues to write poems for them and stories. So that's how it all started.
So by the way, which SHS did you attend?
Well, I attended Church of Christ Senior High School.
Oh, okay. So shout out going out to all the Church of Christ Senior High Schools there. Okay, so which first book would you say you wrote like professionally? What was your first book?
Among my books, well, they are all my favorite, but if I should pick one, I would choose Till the Butterfly Tickled.
So that's the recent.
Yeah, that's the recent one.
And what does it talk about? I've not read yet. So
well, Till the Butterfly Tickled is a romantic tale that is poetically written to express the power of love,
yeah,
the ache of crashing, the unspeakable quality of intimacy. And the story is about a young Christian who tried to balance the love of God with the love of a lady, a young lady. You see, so as a young Christian, you love someone, but how do you balance it with the love of God? You know, you don't want to offend God.
Yeah.
So this issue happened, and one of my favorite characters, Alan, he was faced with this challenge, so he didn't know what to do. He tried to do it the right way, but got bounced. So after several years of crashing, he didn't give up. He persevered on what he wanted, and eventually he got it. So that's the tale.
All right. But I feel like you are giving out too much. If you want to have a feel of the book, it means you need to get it. But how do you balance life as a marketer? If you don't know, he is a marketer as well. So how do you balance life as a marketer and then a writer?
Of course. So I'm very professional in my dealings. So when it's time for work, I do that. I only write during my free times, most especially the evenings and the weekend.
Yeah.
After a hard day job, if I get to the house, take a shower, then the next thing, I want to write something.
All right.
So when it comes to busy days, I'm all out for the university. I'm working for in the university, but in my free times, I try to write.
All right. So a clear example, let's say a book like So the Butterfly Tickle.
Yeah.
How long did you take to write that book?
Well, it took me about 3 months.
3 months.
It took me about 3 months to write everything.
And how has it been so far? The response, the feedback from those who have been reading the book, how has it been?
Well, I must confess, this book was released just Sunday, 1st November 2020.
Oh, okay.
And the reception was massive. I had a lot of people coming in to support because of the tale. Yeah, so far, yeah, the reception has been massive.
So do you think someone could be a writer if they don't feel emotion strongly?
Of course, I believe just about anyone can write.
Anyone at all?
Anyone at all can write, but it takes dedication for it to get to a different level. You see, so you just have to get a passion. If you identify that you have the passion to write something, yeah, bit by bit you can develop it into a story, and before you know, you have a script.
So do you have some of the young ones walking to you and telling you, Michael, I want to be like you, and what's usually your response to them? Okay,
well, so far I've had a couple of colleagues who want me to assist them to also come out with books. Yeah. And for me, I always receive them with gladness, you see, because there is nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been ahead of me, and so I also have to do my best to help people who want to also pursue this career. So I always receive them nicely and offer my advice. Yeah, because art is art. It doesn't matter the route you choose, whether you write it yourself, you get somebody to write it for you, or it doesn't matter.
All right. So I'm more interested about this, but when it comes to writing, who would you say is your mentor or someone you look up to?
Well, I've read so many novels. Some of them I don't even remember the titles, most especially romantic novels.
Yeah.
And they are all international people. Yeah, they are all international.
Like who? Can we get names?
For names, I can't.
Why?
I don't want to go into that. Yeah, I don't want to go into favorites and non-favorites, no.
But let's come to Ghana. Like typically growing up, who do you used to look up to, or you still look up to that person?
Well, Micheal Oppong, I must say.
Yeah,
I must say, I've read her books. I love the way she wrote. Yeah, the way she expressed herself through writing. So she's one person that I really look up to. That I got that feel to also try and do something. Yeah.
All right, if you just join us, this is still the Campus Drive show. I've been hanging out with Micheal Oppong. Now, Micheal is an admissions officer for the Heritage Christian University College. He's a creative writer as well. So if you just join us, you've not missed much. We are going for a short break. We'll be back after this.
Heritage Christian College, or HCC, is a university college affiliated to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, and we are accredited by the National Accreditation Board, NAB. HCC is a distinctive Christian university in Ghana today. It's a university intentionally set up to provide what I call a missing link in the tertiary education delivery in Ghana and on the continent of Africa.
Unemployment is a huge issue in our country, Ghana, and for that matter, in the whole of Africa. And that is the difference that Heritage seeks to make, helping to have the Ghanaian young people train and give themselves meaningful jobs without having to wait. This is phenomenal, and we are focused on delivering that.
Before you finish ACC, you have your own business. It's a privilege to you because you won't be hunting around looking for a job. You already have your job. So with a CEP, if you're a student in the Heritage Christian University, you have a great opportunity of becoming an entrepreneur right after school.
Our company name is Rosemarsh Farms Ghana Limited. Our vision is to be the preferred choice for quality, affordable, and value-added agricultural products.
In our modest way, we want to make learning very practical. We want to train people not only in the theory, but even important is our students to be able to apply whatever theory that they learn into resolving very everyday problems. In this modern world, in this era, there is nothing that you can do well without the use of technology. Everything is driven by technology, and we want to be relevant.
This is still the Campus Drive show. We are live on Truth TV. My name is AJ Kwanzaa, and I've been hanging out with Micheal Oppong. Now, if you just join us, Micheal is an admissions officer for the Heritage Christian University. He's a creative writer as well, and so look out for him. So, Micheal, let me ask you, how many books do you have so far?
Okay, so far I have 3 novels.
3 novels.
Yeah, I have Broken Sunset, which is the first one I released in 2018. Then last year, 2019, I released Strange Tides, this one. Then this year, 2020, I released Till the Butterfly Tickled.
All right, so Till the Butterfly Tickled, I mean, we know a little about it, and so the 2 others.
The other 2.
What does it talk about?
Yeah, Broken Sunset is my first novel. I had inspiration from one of my friends. I got inspiration from her. She's a lady. So the story is about a young guy who also identified what he wanted in life as far as relationship is concerned. Tried several times, made a lot of moves, but got bounced in the long run.
Yeah.
But that didn't end there. Things changed. You know, things can change. You just have to believe in what you want. Things changed and they got acquainted. But a tragic incident happened and the lady lost her life.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it was very sad. So moving on, I mean, there is more to read. Moving on, Strange Tides Yeah, String Ties is about a young lady who also had a very good upbringing, but after going to the university, got influenced by friends and other activities, and it affected her. She also wanted to fall in. She fell in love with a guy, but because of planning and focus, she missed that angle, and so ended up in tears. You see, that's about String Ties. There's more to it. Yeah. So for now, 3 novels, and they are all selling.
Let's talk a little bit more about this. As a male, is it challenging to write about the other, let's say female, the other sex? How challenging is it?
Well, it is not challenging. You just have to put yourself in their shoes by observing.
Yeah.
So it's just by observing the things you look at, you're able to put yourself in their shoes and come up with a story. See, that's what writers we do. We venture deep into our minds, we bring out content and turn them into an incredible story. So we put ourselves in the characters, we put ourselves in their shoes. So it's not challenging at all.
All right, so growing up, did you ever go through anything that you feel it's worth putting it into a book? Because I know all your books are mostly about love, and so growing up, how are you going to write anything about that?
I already have.
You have?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the Butterfly Tickled, the inspiration comes from my wife.
Oh, I see.
So part of it is my life, what I went through to get to this stage. Yeah. I met her at that time. She wasn't interested in a relationship.
Okay.
She had other equally important things to focus on. But I persevered. I did my best because I said, no, this is who I want.
We want.
So I did my best, and this is where it has gotten me. So the inspiration comes from her. That's why I said, so the Butterfly Tickled. So it's like you can put it in a lot of context. You suffer till you get to a point.
Yeah.
For you to succeed, you need to fall a number of times. That's the rationale behind it.
Charles going out to wifey. If not for you, this book wouldn't have been written. But how do we get the books? Let's say I need some to buy. How do I get one? Okay,
so currently we have copies available at Heritage Christian University College. When you get to campus, you can get some to buy. So the Butterfly Tickled is going for 30 Ghana cedis.
Oh, that's cool.
String Ties is going for 20 Ghana cedis. And my first book, Broken Sunset, is also 20 Ghana cedis. So you can also reach out to me on 020-319-2366. You can WhatsApp or call me and I'll get you a copy.
And I feel particularly about the students, it's good for students to read because it opens your brain. You are more exposed to the English language. So if you're a student and you are watching, this is a must-get book. Read it and then give me feedback on our social media handle. So I've been talking to Micheal Oppong. Michael is an admissions officer at the Heritage Christian University. He's as well as a creative writer, very creative one, especially about love. And so to all my lovers out there, get the book and then read it and give me your feedbacks on our social media platforms. It's a Campus Drive on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, or send a text to the numbers you see on your screens. Get interactive with us there. And so Michael, your last words before you leave. What advice before that, what advice will you give to the youth, especially those who are more interested in writing? Because I remember back at school, I used to have this mate. She's called Priscilla. Shout out going out to you, Priscilla. She was a very good writer, and growing up like that, I didn't know how someone could help her in order to write professionally. So what would be your advice for the youth, especially the young ones who are trying to be in this particular industry?
Okay, so what I'll say is that, first of all, art is art. It doesn't matter the route you choose, whether you want to get published by a well-respected organization or you publish with a company that is not known.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the route you choose. The first thing is that you have to identify the passion of writing, and bit by bit develop them into a story. So what I'll say to people out there is that just identify your passion. If you think you have the love for writing, just write them. You can start with just a few lines. Then as time goes on, you develop them into a story. And there are so many opportunities to self-publish. You can do self-publishing. That is, try and get the little resources you can gather from friends and family and publish it yourself.
It's good to have you in our rest seat today, but thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
And so we are back after this short break. Campus Drive TV.
Please press play. Please press play. Please press play.
Hey.
Welcome back from that insightful interview with Micheal Oppong, the writer. Let's do well to get his books to read, guys. I mean, I can't wait to read Till the Butterflies Tickled. The title of that book is on period. I will read it soon, and I mean very soon. Coming up after this musical break is DJ Fanta.